The Lord be with you. And with your spirit. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds and hides again, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. When he finds a pearl of great price, he goes and sells all that he has and buys it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net thrown into the sea, which collects fish of every kind. When it is full, they haul it ashore and set down to put what is good into buckets. What is bad they throw away. Thus it will be at the end of the age. The angels will go out and separate the wicked from the righteous, and throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Do you understand all these things?" They answered, "Yes." And he replied, "Then every scribe who has been instructed in the kingdom of heaven is like the head of a household, who brings from his storeroom both new and the old." The Gospel of the Lord.
Brothers and sisters, I want to start my homily with the first reading today. And the first reading for the first book of the Kings. We hear how God appeared to Solomon in a dream. And God said to Solomon, "Ask something of me, and I will give it to you." These words of God had a great temptation to Solomon. I repeat these words: "Ask something of me, and I will give it to you, wherever you want. And I give you." Solomon, maybe he could to ask the riches or power on long life, whatever. But he requests to God, "Give me the understanding heart and wisdom to distinguish right from wrong." Now, if God say the same words to us or to me, what is my request or my answer to God? Maybe, "God, give me a lot of money. A lot of money. I need money because I had many debts, maybe. Or I want a new car, or a big house, or many other things." Why? Because sometimes, brothers and sisters, we think the happiness is when we have riches and money and material things in my life. No. This happiness, one time, is finished. Finished. The old things or everything are perishable in our lives. The great treasure here is the wisdom of God to distinguish the right and wrong. When I receive the wisdom of God in my life, I can to separate the good for the evil. I can to accept the will of God in my life. For this reason, we need to imitate to Solomon today. God, give me the understanding heart and wisdom to distinguish the right and wrong from wrong in my life. Because this way I can to reach the eternal life. I want to connect this reading with the gospel today. In the gospel, Jesus talked about for the kingdom of heaven again. Do you remember the last weekend? It's the same. Jesus talked about the kingdom of heaven. And Jesus today explained the kingdom of heaven with 3 parables. In the first parables and the second parable, we can to find the same words or the same attitude for the persons. The first parable is the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure. In the second parable, the kingdom of heaven is a great pearls with a great price. What happened here in these parables? This man, when find the treasure, he go to sells all that he has and buys the field, right? And the second is the same. This man searching for the fine pearls. When he finds a pear of great price, he goes and sells all that he has and buy it. Why this man sells all that he had and buy the field and buy the pears? Because they know this treasure and these pears is the more value to everything. For the reason they go to buy this treasure or this field and get the treasure and buy the pears. The question is, where is my authentic treasure in my life? It's Jesus. My treasure is Jesus, brothers and sisters. For the reason we need to look Jesus every day. Maybe sometimes I am searching wrongly, or I am searching in the wrong place. Why? Because I think the material things or the money or the riches give me the authentic happiness in my life. No. Maybe some people had many things or everything that he one desire, but their heart is empty. It's empty. But if you accept to Jesus in your heart, do you feel to Jesus? Do you feel to your heart with Jesus? You have everything. You are happy every day because Jesus gave me the great treasure in my life. The invitation today is we need to search the great treasure or the authentic treasure in my life. We need to look in Jesus every day and open my heart and receive to Jesus and fill my heart, my soul, my life to Jesus. Maybe I need to lose many things, but no worry, because the more important things in my life is to receive to Jesus or to get to Jesus. The best place for the treasure, when I to find the treasure, is the eternal life in the heaven. And for this reason, I want to take the example for the special men. And today we celebrate the feast of the Blessed Father Stanley Ruther. The official feast was on last Friday, but the Bishop David Conderland moved in the Diocese of Tulsa in this weekend. For this reason, Deacon Charlie and I, we use the red color today. And I think the Father Ruther, they had the possibility to return to the United States when he stayed in Guatemala. And the people say, Father, you go to home. But the Father Ruther said to the people, a shepherd cannot run from his flock. And the Father Ruther received the martyrdom. And this way, Father Ruther finds the authentic treasure, the eternal life. We need to imitate the Father Ruther. Maybe I can to lose many things in my life. Don't worry, no matter, because my treasure, or my real treasure, is the heaven. And I need to struggle day by day to reach one day this treasure with Jesus, with God in heaven. I invite you, brothers and sisters, to strive day by day and look in Jesus and find the authentic treasure in your heart. And one day we can to enjoy this treasure in the presence of Jesus in the heaven.